Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Friday, February 21st, 2025 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi, and our energy mantra for today is I keep expanding into the flow of it. And I keep hearing from the backyardigans, into the thick of it. So, here we are, working our way into the weekend, and it will be this weekend that we have Mars going direct. Hooray! This feels very exciting and liberating. And at the same time, this weekend, we also are going to have Pallas and Pluto meeting up. Now, interestingly, I scrolled a little forward to see when they were going to be connecting. And on 2/22, Saturday, 2/22, Pluto and Pallas will be meeting at 2 degrees, and then we'll reach a conjunction probably later on Saturday, early on Sunday. But I like the 2/22 because 2/22 is always a sign for me, trust and faith, like have trust and faith in the process. And that's what I'm kind of feeling and hearing in regards to these astro energies that we're working through, and even just the world energies that we're working with, is even though we are in the thick of it, even though there's so much going on, trust and faith and just keep expanding your way in your own personal flow is the way forward right now. Now we have the moon continuing through Sagittarius, continuing to make these mutable energy connections. And yesterday I was like, no Virgo, but that's not true. This makes me crazy. The chart I don't look like it. The chart that I look at does not actually show the south node. It only shows the north node. And so the south node is actually holding down that fort in Virgo. So all of the mutable signs are alive, awake, accounted for right now. And Virgo specifically, the south node is a strong energy. It can be like a gravitational pull. So all activated. Now, since everybody's activated, there's one key. Like, what are we going to look at? We're going to look where the north node is. We're going to look where the sun is. And we're going to do our best to work with those energies. But the moon is strongly lighting up Sagittarius. And so, these squares between Pisces and Sagittarius. Pisces and Sagittarius have so much similarity. In fact, before Neptune was discovered, Jupiter actually ruled Pisces as well. So very similar, very empathetic a lot of times with both of them. But information gatherers, they get their information from different places. Sagittarius likes to rely on wisdom. It likes to rely on books, knowledge, knowledge that's been passed down, stuff with legs, stuff with roots, stuff that's been established. And Pisces like, I don't need any roots. I get it directly from source. And that can feel really uncomfortable for many of us because a lot of times it's esoteric. It does not have a basis. It may not necessarily have logic, which Gemini and Virgo are like, where's the logic? And yet that pull of information is really important. And I believe we all have a direct line, direct connection to God's Spirit Universe to lean into. And so, especially with the North Node in Pisces, this is the time to lean in. Take the time to meditate. Take the time to connect in. And realize that sometimes you're going to get information that doesn't necessarily feel as logically sound as you want it to. Yet, we're in a very unpredictable time in the world. So, unpredictable time in the world may need different kind of response than we're used to giving. Just saying. So, today, we have, like I said, the moon moving through Sagittarius, connecting us, at least emotionally, to deeper wisdom, deeper knowledge. But it's squaring both Mercury and Saturn in Pisces. My feeling is that these energies are also really triggering beyond Mars finishing up in retrograde, beyond this Pallas-Pluto combination that's coming in. What is it? I saw something somewhere that was like we're living in unprecedented times, but I've basically been living in unprecedented times my whole life. And I would like to see what it feels like to live in unprecedented times, right? Like that kind of essence. And all of this energy in Pisces is like, sorry, nope. But the thing is that Well, it may seem a little wild, everything that's going on. If we look back, there are these repeating patterns, and we have lived through these energies. And this is why this is here, because it's for us to reconcile and heal these energies. The darkness, the shadows that you're seeing, this is where we all need healing. And Pluto aligning with Pallas is also showing us there are places where we want to break free, where we want to be the rebel, where we want to align with community. And yet there's still some of these darkness, there's still some of these shadows from growing up under the thumb of patriarchy. Swung under my thumb just popped into my head. So we have to face that in ourselves and keep looking for it and keep seeing like where you're feeling uncomfortable in yourself, where you're feeling mushy, where you're feeling weepy. Any and all of that is what you need to look at in these energies to help bring through the healing shifts. And I feel like as we go through like these mutable push-pull energies, there's a call to stillness, to allow the feeling to move through. And so I encourage you in that, because if you try to figure it out in your brain, you're going to have the left side of your brain battling the right side of your brain, fisticuffs in the mind. We don't need that. That's kind of this energy. Moon in Sagittarius is also pulling against Gemini. There's information, stimulus coming at us from all different areas, including me here. This is another stimulus. And the thing is like you've got to settle in and make sure that you're connected into your own line to listen in. Because I can be like, here's what's happening in the weather. But how you deal with the weather, that's your thing, right? So some of you will be dancing in the rain. Some of you will be, happy to jive with these energies. Others are like, rah! So what's showing up for you in this? Focus in on that, because that's where this work is. I have interesting cards. Actually, let's start here. So I was thinking about Mars going direct, which I will be probably recording a scope for that. And I pulled the movement card. And this to me feels like the approach of spring. These feel like little crocus shoots and all the other, early daffodils like to come up early. What are they called? Snowflake winter whites or something like that? I don't know. All those little shoots reaching for the light, right? Movement. And with Mars going direct, we are going to have some movement. It's going to be in Cancer for a while. And so the movement is still going to be slow and steady, but still, it's going to shift. It's going to feel good. We also have the rejection card. And I think this is some of the emotional energies. Again, Mars is retrograde in Cancer 2 more days. We have a lot of feels to do. All of this energy happening in Pisces. There's a lot of feeling to do. So notice where the energy of rejection is. This was actually coming up in my mind before recording. Like we all have our own flow to be in. And sometimes being in our spiritual flow can feel like we've had our dreams and desires rejected by the universe. And it's not really that. It's like keep reaching for what you want, but align it with your flow and you're going to get somewhere beautiful. It might not look exactly like you wanted it to. If mine did, I would be a rocket or the white cat in Cats. However, this is where my flow has taken me, and it can feel like a rejection, like the universe being like, no, you don't get that. But it's not really that. It's alignment. And so see where you can work with that energy. In this alignment, when we can follow it, Eye of the Tiger can bring on so much good. So let's look at these cards. Yeah. Eye of the Tiger, moving towards what we desire, but also letting go when it's not quite looking exactly like we want it to. Being able to shift between those dimensional energies of like, I want this thing, but this is a beautiful path too. We have the Shooty card. Lots of mental energy in these mutables, crossing their focuses. Watch for where you're getting shooty on yourself and where you can realign with your inner tiger energy. But meanwhile, take it slow. These cards are even kind of like all over the place, like this mutable energy can be. What's it all bring us? Change. Change will do you good. That was back when we had like the eclipses, I think in Gemini, that song was coming through, and here it is coming through again. A change will do us all good in general. So keep finding where you can work your alignment in this energy, where you can be like those green shoots reaching for the light, even in the cold, dark winter, like, I know the sun's out there, or the little, what is it, anglerfish that everybody's posting stories about reaching to the light for her last day. That's what we're doing. We're all walking each other home, and what is home? The light, but the light is here. We're home here with each other too. So shine that light. May your guiding light be strong, right? That too. You can book a reading, eclipse readings. These eclipses are zooming in, especially once Mars goes direct. Time is going to move a lot faster. So reach out for that or any other reading. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and may your guiding light be strong. You can trust your process because we are all the solution. Namaste.